Ladies and gentlemen, dear students, hello and welcome to yet another tutorial for this tutorial season. This is my third and final game piece tutorial. I'm going to show you a little bit more on saving documents and actually starting new projects, which is what I probably should have talked about in the last tutorial. I'm going to show you how to insert a canvas, a JPEG, onto the into the workspace, and then by using points and a spline and the revolve button to create something like this this pawn that I've just made here. Okay, so let's starting with a new project. I'm going to go back to Fusion 360. So if I go to this is the one that I just finished. It's still untitled. There's game piece number 2. There's game piece number 1. When I saved them, I just saved them somewhere. I can't remember exactly where I did. So I'm going to go back to the data panel here and look at my recent data. Okay, if I go to my recent data, I can see where everything is. Yeah, but in actual fact, so I can see that there when I open it up. Well, that's already opened, isn't it? But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to this DT. Actually, no, I'll go back. If I want to start a new project, that's what I want to do, is I click on New Project. Yeah. Now, if you're creating a new project, can you please create it as your homeroom first, and then your name, and then you can call it, you know, cable pieces or something like that. Yeah. By doing that, I can click on that. By doing that, anything that I do in that, I can actually share that. And if you wanted to, you could share that with me, paul.dawes@jess.sg. If you shared that with me, then I can access your data. Now that's a good thing, because if you're having problems with it, you can Teams me or whatever it is that we're going to do, and I can actually look at it and give you some advice or show you how to make changes in real time. Okay, so I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to I don't know, archive. What does that do? I'm just going to get rid of that because I'm not going to use that. I'm actually going to go into DT because that's where all my stuff is. Yeah. And at the moment, if I go into this file here, I can see I've got game piece 1, game piece 2, etc., etc., etc. So I'm going to set up a new folder, and I'm going to call this game pieces. Yeah. And then I'm going to right-hand mouse button, and I'm going to just move those. Move, right-hand mouse button, move. Double click on that. That's game piece, isn't it? Yeah. So move. So game piece number 1 is going to move, and I'm going to go and move game piece number 2. Okay. Now I'm going to leave those logos there and that tic-tac-toe. I'm going to create a new folder for those and all that sort of stuff a bit later on. So it's really important you try and keep your stuff as in order as possible. Yeah, it's going to help me as well if you're wanting assistance from me, and if you want me to look at one of your folders or your one of your projects, and you called it my game pieces or my new project or whatever, then I'm not going to know which one it is, because if I've got 20 other kids doing the same thing, it's just not going to work. Okay, so let's get out of this and save it, and let's get out of this one as well, and I'm stuck with this one here. Now I'm actually going to start again. You can see that there's 1, 2, 3, and that 4th one is actually nothing. There's only 3 different things I've done on this. Okay, sorry, it's finished sketch. I'm actually going to get out of this. I'm not going to save it. I'm going to start a new one. So I'm going to start by saving it, and I'm going to save it in, not there, I'm going to save it in game piece, and I'm going to call it game piece number 3. Yeah, so I'm going to save it straight away. It's game piece number 3. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a canvas. Yeah, so I can insert a canvas here. It's actually just like inserting a JPEG. Yeah, so I want to copy this. Yeah, so I'm going to copy this. I've got to put it somewhere. So that's the image. On what face? I'm going to put it on this face here. Okay, and it looks about right. I'm actually going to make it a little bit larger. I don't know what size it is yet, but I'm going to make it 3 times there and 3 times there, so it's just a little bit bigger. And hit OK. Don't have to, but I thought I'd give that a go. It might make it a little bit easier to see. Yeah, so you can see that's my decal. If I turn the canvas off, I can't see it. If I turn it on, I can see it, yeah? Now I'm going to create a sketch on this face, obviously, yeah? And the first thing that I'll do is I will create a line that goes pretty much from about the middle, let's see, about the middle there, straight down, about there, and then straight out there. That's at 90 degrees as well, yeah? Hit enter. I'm left with this here. Now I'm going to need to create this shape here because I'm going to revolve it, yeah? But instead of just going straight to a fit point spline, I'm going to go and create some points, yeah? I can put as many or as few as I need. I'm going to just click, click, click. I don't really know whether it's better to have more or whether it's better to have less. But I'm going to put about this many on. You can see about that many, yeah? And bear with me whilst I do all of this. It's really good to have at this point in time. It's really good if you can have yourself a mouse that's got a scroll button, because it's make it just so much easier. I can now just hold the scroll wheel down and I can pan and move it around, you know what I mean? So bear with me. So I've got it clicking, yeah? What I could do is I could actually turn off the snaps. That might make it a bit easier. Oh, that makes it heaps easier, doesn't it? So now it's not snapping like it was before, yeah? With these straight lines, you probably don't need so many points. And I know it gets a bit hairy in this corner bit, you know, but just work it out, yeah? And then it goes down to here. I'll put that last one right there. Okay. Now I'm going to hit escape, yeah, because I'm done with doing the points. I'm left with all those points. You may have more, you may have less, yeah, but that looks alright. So I'm going to start now by filling them in. So I'm going to create, there's two different splines. There's a fit point spline or a control point spline. I've never used a control point spline. I don't know how good it is. So I know that I've got all these points and I'm going to fit my line to them. So I should be able to just go click, click, click. You can see it sort of magically just hooks in. I'm not worried too much about any of it just yet. This point here is always the one that I'm most worried about whether it's going to actually turn out okay or not. And see, this is a bit dodgy just here, yeah, but it's starting to pull in. We can always make some adjustments in a minute. Okay. This must be boring for you guys watching this, watching me click. Sorry. Like minutes of your life. But, you know, it won't be too much longer. I'll probably hit pause. By the time I hit pause, came back, be done. Wow, look at that. It's coming together nicely, isn't it? Now, if I hit jigging and hit return, yeah? Did that work? Oh, it's thinking. Oh, my computer's thinking. Okay, so I'm left with that, yeah, and that's it. That looks good, yeah? Given that area that looked a bit dodgy here, that actually doesn't look too bad, yeah? If I hold that over the top, you can see it actually looks alright. Maybe I need to pull this one out. I can, yeah? I can just come in, grab it, push it in, push it out. But my computer is really slow, yeah? Maybe because I've got Teams put on, maybe because I just turned Teams off. Okay, so I'm left with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah. So I'm not going to tell you. I guess I could tell you about these things. So these are handles. Yeah. So I can play around with those handles. I can move things around to change it around. Yeah. I can make the arc larger and smaller depending on whether I move them in or whether I move them out. Yeah. I'm actually going to hit escape and hope. Control Z. Control Z. Oh, good. It goes back. Finish sketch. Okay, now I'm left with that. I'm going to turn the canvas off so I don't get confused. I'm left with that, and I'm now going to do exactly what I did before. Yeah, the last one. I'm going to revolve this profile around this axis. It says that the profile's already been selected. Yeah, so I need to select the axis, which is that one there. Bingo. Yeah, hit OK. I'm done. Yeah. What I could do is I could have a look and see whether that looks round enough. You know, I've done a few of these, having just to practice before I did this video, and this is probably the best one that I've made. Do you like it? It's good, isn't it? Now, this isn't going to print very well. Yeah, if I 3D printed this, as you can see with the one that I've printed out there. Oops. If I go to this here, can you see how badly that's been printed out? Yeah, it's okay at the bottom, but here it doesn't print out very well there or there, because you can see each of those layers, when it tries to add this next layer and this next layer and this next layer, it's in the middle of the thin air. Do you know what I mean? So it's not going to be able to add those very well. It does that okay. It's doing that okay, and then it kind of fails again. Yeah, it's too steep an angle. Yeah, so if I go back to my Fusion 360, I would be aiming to make that much more gradual. Yeah, not such a sharp corner there. Yeah, the same thing with this. I would have come out here maybe and come up and around. Yeah, and tried that. Yeah, amazingly those ones are okay. Yeah, but it's a very common thing. It's a very common thing that you get when you're using Fusion 360, and then when you're trying to 3D print them. Okay, so let me just go back to here. So we talked about starting new projects. We talked about starting new folders and moving things into folders. I showed you how to insert a canvas and to turn it on and off. I showed you how to do points. I showed you how to do that fit point spline, and then we revolved like we did the last unit. Yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. I'm hoping that you are able to do the same thing and think about how you could use this with your project moving forward. Okay, so whether there's some things that you can do a little bit more interesting than this, or a little bit more original than this for your ones as well. Okay, thank you.